Okay, I just started the recording again. Could you say that again? Just for the hell of it.
All right, so continuing the conversation from the previous episode, in that William Osmond video where he made the various phone cases to prevent breaking from falls, he made a phone case that was like basically studded with rubber bouncy balls, and the problem is it doesn't like the balls didn't really like the adhesive that he used. I think it was just used hot glue. Uh, so every time it fell, just balls would just go flying.
Damn.
The phone was fine, but it just a bunch of rubber balls everywhere. He also did springs, and the springs also worked.
Hey, if it works, it works.
The worst idea he had was strap one of the model rocket engines on the back of it.
Oh no.
And so whenever it detects that it's falling, it lights. So it's supposed to act like a retro rocket, but yeah, it doesn't work like that. And he also realized that it doesn't know the difference between whenever it's falling or whenever you just like jump down a step. So it would just burn a hole through your jeans.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea, but it's so fucking funny. Like, can you imagine that? Just going about your business and all of a sudden, ah!
Yeah, not great.
Just burns your dick right off.
New bottom surgery just dropped. Also, fun fact, there was this one time whenever an F1 racing driver had to like make a pit stop, and he got out of the vehicle because he was on fire, but because of the kind of fire it was, the flames were invisible. So the crowd thought he was just like celebrating or some shit.
Oh, a hydrogen fire.
No. Yeah, and it's like, no, he's just on fire.
Fun fact, that actually was a problem with in NASA for a while.
Yeah. So it's like, no thanks. I'm cool with that. I'm cool not experiencing that.
Yeah, same.
His pit crew figured it out and put him out. And I think they even made a joke about that in like in a Will Ferrell movie. I think it was Will Ferrell, where like he was like a race car driver or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah, it was Will Ferrell. Kitty, what the fuck are you doing?
Your microphone hit. I think she bumped your mic into your throat again.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I need to grab my my proper headset so that I don't have to worry about this keep happening. But I'll try to remember for next time, or like next time I stand up. Hey, look at Mimic.
Yep. Let's see. This is an exploding trap. No, it was a weapon destroying trap. Oh, whatever.
Would animal handling work on a Mimic?
I believe they're technically monstrosities, so no.
Damn. Because I know there is a way to technically tame one, to have as a pet.
I know that as well, I just don't remember how.
Imagine Druid wild shapes into a kangaroo. Oh, that's a cute animal.
Thanks, it has pockets.
Thanks, it has pockets. Yeah.
I've seen that Tumblr post. You can't You can't get me like that. Don't cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written. Now I'm beating water to death with a hammer. Things Amenadiel things that would... I'll take things Amenadiel would say for 400, Alex. Hey, look, it's a fish. It's Thal. I just remembered I still have leftover pizza downstairs from when I made food this morning. I made it around noon. It is currently 5 o'clock now. It should still be fine to be put away. Alright, fish. Bring it on. A bunch of enemies just tried to attack me at once and they all got the hammer. Lizzie, still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Alright, you just went dead silent. I wondered if you got disconnected or muted for a minute.
Sorry, just dealing with fucking idiots.
Online idiots or idiots IRL?
Yeah. Online.
Leave them alone. Don't feed the trolls. Just ignore them. You can do that. Red or yellow?
It's just that they're interacting with my shit, and it's like, fuck off, please.
Alright. Red or yellow?
Let's go red this time. I remember, like, the last time you asked, I said yellow. Is it a good thing?
Antidote drink, but I already had full stocks of antidote drinks, so it meant nothing. Zero-sum game. Oh well. At least it wasn't anything bad. This one's like, you failed! Pipe bomb! I'm honestly surprised that I don't see more people... Because I want more people to play these goddamn games so much. Like, I want more people to play Dark Cloud 1, I want more people to play Dark Cloud 2. But it's... You never really see anyone really playing or talking about them. Like, there's almost no online presence for these. And I wish there was more. And there we go. We've wiped out everything on this floor with just a hammer.
Alright. That takes care of you guys.
Oh. Oh, no. Fucking... God damn it. Because I reflected one shot, one projectile from an enemy, that messed up the hammer-only attack thing. God damn it.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I get it.
Alright, seriously, what are the idiots on the internet getting me so worked up about?
Oh, it was, I said the uncontroversial take of, if you're in your 40s, stop hitting on 18 and 19-year-olds.
Yeah? That is an uncontroversial take. That is the coldest take I've heard all day.
Yep. and some of them were like, "Oh, what about whenever they're hitting on me?" It's like, be the bigger person and tell them to stop.
Yeah.
What if like a minor was hitting on you, you would just let them?
Like, no.
No,
No. Fuckers.
you wouldn't. You know, like that's an extreme example, but it's basically the same thing. It's someone who's too fucking young for you.
Yeah. Alright, was this one items? Items. That means anything goes. Yay!
Also, I kind of got it like sort of infatuated with like how the map was like was like working on the screen. So like I kind of was just staring at that for a minute. That's why I stopped talking.
Yeah, that's something you can do in Dark Cloud 1 and 2, where you can...
This is super cool.
Yeah, you can adjust how the map is. Like, you can confine it to a small screen that never... A small square that kind of shifts around. In a small player thing right there. You can make it larger so you can see where you're going. You can turn it off completely. All with the push of a single button.
Yeah.
Christ alive. My health.
Something is kind of disconcerting about how the top of the quote unquote chest lid, like the chest lid for the mimic, just kind of like snaps off and falls over whenever he's dead.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just... Come on. Shimon.
They should have thought of that before they started trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Zombie pirate. That's two adjectives well, two nouns that I didn't think I was going to see together at this moment. Akirath? Is that what that was called?
Akarath, I believe.
Akarath. There we go.
Alright, switching off to Steve for faster ground travel. Which is funny considering Steve is flying.
Yeah, I mean, technically. I like the Star Tortoise.
Yeah, they're just... Because I mentioned this earlier before you showed up, but a lot of enemies in the game reuse, like, similar skeletons across different kinds.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, I get that.
Like, the Star Tortoises use the same, like, tortoise skeleton as the tortoise enemies in Rainbow Butterfly Wood. The Akaraz use the same skeletons as the turtle enemies from the Palm Springs water channel.
Cool.
Yeah, that's how like we get so much visual variety, but you always know how to handle an enemy just from the way they move. Like
That's definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, it is a thing that Dark Cloud 1 did a lot of too.
Yeah, like I like whenever they are able to utilize their what's it called, their limitations for the better.
Yeah. Oh,
Instead of being like, oh, we weren't allowed to do this, so our game is worse for it. It's like, no, we fucking figured out a solution.
yeah. And I just instinctively went for the red one there. I got the Starbreaker.
Whoa!
Which, fun fact, in Dark Cloud 1, this was one of Osmond's ultimate weapons. Like, that was just one of the ultimate weapons in Dark Cloud 1. It was the ultimate. Yeah. It was the ultimate machine gun.
The ultimate nullifier?
me, in a way, it was one of the best. It was one of the best weapons to use when fighting the secret final boss. Well, the secret boss.
Blackbeard. Blackbeard is dead.
Don't worry, we'll run you on another one at some point. But yeah, and it's one thing that I actually really like about the Dark Cloud games is the secret bosses at the end. Because there's
That's
always,
fair.
Because there's always that, because both games have like the post game, like secret dungeon. The only difference is that Dark Cloud 2 has a bit of a story attached to it. Dark Cloud 1 is just, okay, you beat the final boss, here's the demon shaft.
Oh, cool.
And arguably, okay, Dark Cloud 2 does a lot of things better than Dark Cloud 1, including the goddamn secret dungeon.
You guys.
Because the secret dungeon in Dark Cloud 2 has, I think, like, grand total 40 floors that you don't even need to go through all of them for. Do you want to know how many...
Yeah.
Do you want to know how many floors are in Dark Cloud 1's optional dungeon?
How many?
Exactly 100.
Oh, gods.
With,
I was gonna guess like 35.
with the only changes between floors being the elemental affinities of the enemies in those floors. Like, for the first 10 floors, I think it's like non-elemental, but for every 10 floors beyond that, they will in fact have different elemental affinities. But the most infuriating thing is the fact that it is 100 fucking floors.
Yeah, I could definitely imagine it get very tiring.
Extremely. And the only reason you go through it is... Well, there's two reasons to go through it. One, the final boss at the end. And two, the reward for beating the final boss at the end. The final boss of the dungeon being the Black Knight Pendragon. Who arguably has one of the sickest boss themes in the whole game. And he just looks fucking rad. Like, you go in, you reach the top of the tower, you enter this arena-looking place, you look around, and then from the goddamn stained glass ceiling, this fucking giant saber-tooth riding Black Knight with a goddamn twin blade bursts down from on high, and just the fight starts. And, like, you start, like, he lands, he looks at you, he gets the boss subtitles, and you hear the fucking... And the fucking music just kicks in, and it's great. It's just a great fight.
Yeah. Also, someone on Blue Sky brought up, do vampires prefer drinking from veins or arteries? And I'm like, probably veins, so they don't kill what they're trying to feed off of, so they can come back later.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of them also bite the neck, like where the arteries are.
Yeah, carotid arteries and all that. Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me actually look this up. This is going to be a really stupid question, but I'm looking up. Is there veins in your neck? Yes, there is. And it looks like the area with which that they would be biting for like to be like a vampire kind of thing would be on the place of the external jugular vein.
Huh. The more you know.
So yeah, they do be having the vein snacks. Because yeah, it would make more sense. Like you think a vampire bat kills the cow that they're eating off of? No, like they want to come back.
I mean, to be fair, vampire bats are also very tiny.
It's bad for business.
It's bad for business, you'll see. Alright, now we can upgrade the Digihammer to the Heavy Hammer. The battle hammer that packs a heavy wallop. And Christ alive, you've got to upgrade a lot of things for this thing. Thankfully, though, all those enemies that we have... This is the semi-ultimate form for the hammer. So far, with the exception of Monica's sword, which still has another form to go through, we've almost reached the maximum level for everyone's weapons. Like, Question Shooter and Heavy Hammer are Max's semi-ultimate weapons. Monica's got her ultimate armband. All we need is Monica's ultimate sword, and we're good to go. But for now, we have to boost the power of the Heavy Hammer. And the Heavy Hammer requires... Let me actually... let's see. Gameplay, weapons... I have the fucking wiki up. Max's melee weapons. Let's see. Heavy Hammer. Let's see. 135, 135, 135. Pretty much everything that's flashing red on there needs to be 135. Thankfully, though, two chill things will give us all the ice power we need.
Heck yeah.
The problem is we need 135 smash. We need 135 on Beast and Scale. The others will be easy enough. Cyclone, less so, but Scale and Beast are going to be a fucking pain. Because Scale and Beast are only at 5 and 15 each. And we have to get those up to 135. So that's going to be a lot of stuff we need to... That's a lot of stuff we need to pump into those. But thankfully, though, we don't need to worry about any of that anymore, so we can just... We'll let Steve have the rest of this floor. So we can get some real damage going.
Steve.
Wait, what? Why am I running away? I have knives! I have giant knives. I'm gonna make some fucking sushi out of you, Blackbeard. Hell yeah. Alright. Oh, 7 branch sword. That is interesting, because that's one of Monica's weapons. It's also a weapon that cannot be upgraded. I believe it's a rank 6 weapon that just can't be upgraded any further than it already is. You can increase its stats, but it's a dead end on the upgrade tree.
Fair.
Which, honestly, kind of infuriating.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Like, there's definitely times whenever I've been playing a game that's like, this is max upgraded, but like it still has a lot of shortcomings.
It's not even like max upgraded. It's supposed to be like a gotcha kind of thing. Like this is an ultimate weapon for now. This thing, like, it is incredibly powerful for the point where you can get it as early as possible, but it cannot be upgraded. It cannot be made any more powerful. It can be made a little more powerful, but it has a hard ceiling, whereas the floor for the other ultimate weapons is is much higher than the ceiling for the 7-branch sword.
Nice.
Which is why, you want to keep putting in the effort toward the actual ultimate weapons.
Yeah, definitely. I getcha. Because, like, I don't know. There's definitely, like, definitely whatever in situations like that, there's definitely a balancing act with it, and ugh, I am really not good at that.
Yeah. And especially since, a lot of... Especially since a lot of the... Since there's no, like, visual thing to see the upgrade tree of a weapon and where, like, the upgrade paths go when they split. So unless you know what upgrades into what, or you've taken notes from previous playthroughs of, like, what weapon upgrades into what, with what stats, like, there's a good chance that you'll just accidentally wind up... Because, like, there's a few weapons like that. There's a couple for Monica, a couple for Max. There were several in Dark Cloud 1, where it's just like... Heck, one of Monica's weapons that you get, like, her... The weapon we're trying to get for Monica right now, the Island King, its penultimate form is the Sword of Zeus.
Well, that's really cool.
In Dark Cloud 1, the Sword of Zeus was one of the ultimate weapons. But it was the worst ultimate weapon between Tone's 2 ultimate swords. There was the Sword of Zeus was good and easier to get, but it was considerably, and I mean, I mean, obviously considerably. Just, you could look at the stat, like, the ceiling for the Sword of Zeus was only slightly higher than the floor of the Chronicle Sword.
Yeah. And I didn't happen to catch which one was better, Chronicle Sword or the Zeus one?
The Chronicle Sword. Like I said, the ceiling, the height of power for the Sword of Zeus is only slightly higher than the base out-of-the-box unupgraded damage of the Chronicle Sword. Put
that's pretty whack.
Yeah. Put any amount of effort into the Chronicle Sword, it blows the Sword of Zeus out of the water. Hell, there's a reason why in Dark Cloud 1, the ultimate weapon you get for beating the Black Knight Pendragon at the end of the Demon Shaft. I was going to say this earlier, but, topics change. The other reason you do the Demon Shaft is for the reward for beating the Black Knight. The Chronicle 2. The Chronicle 2 was pretty much the ultimate weapon in the game. It can't be upgraded from anything or upgraded into anything. But it is the strongest weapon in the game. The only reason to go back and, like, use it, like, to get it, pretty much, is to go back through different dungeon floors that, say, may have given you trouble, or just go back and flex on the final boss. Because it is because it is hand over fist the best weapon in the game.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I had like a loop of like dissociate, and be like, oh, I gotta say that thing. Dissociate, I gotta say that thing. For like in like a span of like I think it was between either like 5 seconds or 7 seconds, like somewhere between there, of like me trying to be like, come on, just open your mouth and say it. I hate brains sometimes. I don't think you've ever had anything like that happen, but it sucks if you did.
A few times, but never as bad as what you were just describing.
Yeah, it's not great, isn't it? Oh, also, fun fact, apparently there's a new dromaeosaur species uh, that whose fossil has been discovered through an illegal smuggling operation to be sold on the black market. Uh, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. Should I? Rapex.
Huh.
Shiri, or it's either Shirai or Shiri, SHRI. And I think it looks really cool. Like, it's similar in build to the famous Velociraptor. It doesn't have a skull. From what I could tell from the fossil, I see some arm bones. I see a lot of ribs. I see a sternum, pelvis, and tail. That's all I could see. And also neck.
Ah.
So, yeah, like, it's really cool whenever like we find new stuff like this.
E. Alright. But it's also just like, that's one hell of a way to discover it.
It's more common than you think, unfortunately.
Yeah, I
full
don't-
care.
I don't
sorry.
I don't mean like it like I don't mean like the smuggling operation. I knew that's been a thing for a long time. I'm just saying like that's how they discovered it. As in it was an unknown species beforehand and they were just looking through it was like, hey, this looks different than the other dinosaurs we've seen. Is this what do you think? I think that's a brand new species. And it turns out they were right.
Yeah. Because like we do have fairly complete specimens of Velociraptor mongoliensis, so they're able to directly compare the difference between them, and it's like, yeah, there is a substantial enough difference to classify this as another species. Like speaking of one species that was discovered in Utah, Falcarius utahensis, is a therizinosaur that is native to North America, obviously, and it is one of the early therizinosaurs that much smaller than what you think of with Therizinosaurus or Nothronychus, which is another North American therizinosaur.
Okay, I was
And what's up?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Like I was about to say, unless you started saying it correctly, I was about to strangle you for saying it Therizinosaur.
There's two separate ways of saying it.
No, there's one right way and one wrong way.
I've literally heard actual scientists say it both ways. So
Then those
you're gonna tell fucking Dr. Kirkland, the person who discovered Utah Raptor, is wrong?
Yes! It's Therizinosaurus, not Xeno, Xeno.
But anyway, so the point is, it was most likely, from what I remember, most likely kind of like erring on the side of omnivorous because it was, like I said, an early member of this group. So they only recently split from their meat-eating ancestors. So that they still very much had like a body plan similar to that of like a dromaeosaur or something like that. It kind of reminds me of like a plant-eating Coelophysis with a super long snake-like neck, and got pretty powerful claws similar to that of its descendants. and it was found during a illegal operation to collect fossils on private property. I think it was literally government land. Uh, and unfortunately, because fossils are basically classified as minerals, guess what? Uh, and they have value, quote unquote. Uh, the government hates whenever people do that.
Mm.
Uh, that's that's the biggest thing that pisses me off about the whole situation with Sue the T-Rex. Is that incident is why we have such a prevalent black market for fossils. Uh, anyways, uh, so basically, uh, so the guy that dug it up, he was like, "Shit, this is a brand new animal," and I know I'm gonna get like really in trouble for this, but he turned it over to one of the museums. I think it was the Black Hill Institute, uh, and he showed where it was. He was indicted, and he served, his sentence in prison, like I think, and he had a very long probation period. Uh, but without them showing where they found it, they wouldn't have found this mass grave site of Falcarius. So they
Yeah,
had hundreds of Falcarius fossils of varying ages and sizes.
now that's cool.
So it was like because of that, we have more information right off the bat for Falcarius than other dinosaurs. And it's like that's awesome.
Yeah,
Like like how so how Spinosaurus, we now know that they have uh much shorter back legs than we anticipated, right?
yeah.
That was also found through a black market situation, and the problem was is that uh, they only had the scientists only had a limited time to study the fossils because Morocco, where they were found, the Moroccan government wanted it back in their country. So they were like, okay, like let us study this for however much time you'll let us. We'll find out as much information as we can, and we'll give it back to you.
That seems fair.
Yeah, it does suck in the sense of, in my opinion, a country should not own the fossils that were found there. It belongs to science, not a government.
Like, the government shouldn't, but at the very least, if they're going to have it, they need to have a museum for it.
Yeah, like if I remember right, it is either on display or in a museum being kept safe.
That, honestly, that's fine. Like, keep it, like, I'm fine with it staying in its home country. Like, as long as, like, it's being put to use, for science, being studied, all that jazz.
Yeah, because like, I understand whenever it's cultural artifacts, like so much shit in the British museums need to fucking go back to where they belong. Because it's just like steal someone's fucking culture for just display. You dickles.
One of my favorite things I've ever seen another museum do when it comes to the bullshit with the British Museum. It was one of the Greek museums, I think. I can't remember where it was. But they have this whole thing of like all these statues, all these carved pillars just in position, in exactly the way they were meant to be. And one gap right in the middle. Like, not so much right in the middle, but part of it. With a picture of it saying, it's in the British Museum. It was stolen on this date from this location. Like, genuinely, if I could, I'd just rip everything out of the British Museum and put it all back where it belongs.
Exactly.
Alright, and now we have another mini-boss to go for the Water Crystal. This is the Guardian of Ancient Treasure, Sea Dragon. Can you guess how we're gonna fight him?
Uh, is it in the water?
I mean, technically, there's like ankle-deep water everywhere.
That's fair. Are you
But-
just gonna whack the shit out of him?
I'm gonna whack the shit out of him with a giant fucking sword.
Went to school, see loud.
Alright, and now we... well, first we need to get a picture of the water gem altar.
But yeah, I would say that is definitely a good thing of like, if they want it back for their own scientific research stuff, you know what, like that works. Like, that makes sense. Like, the only time that like I have a problem like 100% is like, if it's only like if it's basically just being like kept in a private collection, scientists are not allowed to touch it.
Yeah. Because I just hate that idea in general. Like, if it's like part of your family, like, fine, whatever. Like, that's okay to keep for it to, I guess, stay in a private collection. That's fine. Just
Yeah.
That's it. Like, if it belongs to you and your family, keep it in a private collection. It belongs to like you can do whatever you want with it. But if it's like, I don't know. It just depends. Like, because it does depend, and because like I've seen like different stuff of like the British, like a museum had these things that straight up belonged to people like they could point at those people like, yeah, that belongs to this person. It was taken from their family.
Yeah.
At this time, they deserve to have it back.
Yeah. Like anything to do with like cultural belongings like that, like, yeah, like 100%, that's no.
Yeah.
But whenever it comes to like, natural history stuff, like, as long as it's like involved in some kind of scientific research, I think it's definitely important that it be in the hands of scientists.
Yeah. Like cultural history, that belongs with the people.
Yeah.
Natural history, though, that belongs in a museum.
Yeah. And the knowledge from it belongs to the world, not behind some paywall. Fuck you, corporations.
Fuck you.
Like that, like that. That's why I like whenever specimens, are traded around different countries and that kind of thing. Where it's like Stan the T-Rex, like he's in Japan now. Like, let other people be able to either see it or study it, or both.
Yeah. Alright. We're gonna call it there for this recording bit, so we can get things ready for the next one. Once we get these last gems, we're gonna call it on streaming for the streaming Dark Cloud for the day. After this,
Understandable.
I'll do a few runs of a couple of runs against Libra, and then we'll call it a day proper.
Yeah.
Alright, viewers and listeners. For YouTube, we'll see you tomorrow your time. For us, we'll see you in a few seconds. Bye!
Same.